wasn't already obvious, I really like cryptic crosswords. When I tell people that, there's a few common responses.
Oh.
And also, don't understand them. Now when I hear that last one, I usually think, yeah, that's the idea. See, it's not like Sudoku, where the goal is fairly straightforward. You just put the numbers 1 to 9 in each row and box. Easy. Getting there takes varying levels of logic and strategy, but the goal is easy to explain. I guess you could say the same in crosswords, just put the answers in the box. But each clue offers one of nearly 20 different kinds of cryptic clue, and each one of them has its own subset of rules. And learning those rules, I think, is almost impenetrable without someone showing you the ropes. See, that's why I like cryptics so much. I think they're the best of both worlds, because they combine the manipulation of language and wordplay with mathematical problem solving, like a Sudoku or a logic puzzle. See, they're more like algebra. You get given two sides of a word equation and you have to solve for x. So now when people say to me, I don't understand them, I want to be able to direct them here. A series that acts as a resource that shows people how each kind of cryptic clue works, but also offers methods for identifying and solving them, so you can unlock the gibberish. Credit where it's due, of course. My playbook for this is from Australia's true master of the form, David Astle. His book Puzzled is a delight. Highly recommend reading that if you haven't. Now, a well-known crossword setter from the UK's Observer once famously observed, a good cryptic clue contains 3 elements. 1, a precise definition. 2, a fair subsidiary indication. And 3, nothing else. Those are the two sides of the equation I was talking about. On one side, a literal definition, and on the other, a cryptic wordplay element. Now, another important thing you need to remember is that while you need to harness your understanding of grammar and the rules of English and how words are constructed, you simultaneously need to ignore it. Now read this sentence. There's a surface level meaning provided by the meaning, eggs and smashed avo. Now abandon that interpretation of it. Most of the time, it's irrelevant. It's deliberate, so it can be read as one thing that conceals the other, almost every time. Like I said before, it's actually an equation disguised as a sentence. It's not eggs and smashed avo, but eggs is smashed avo. On one side, a literal definition, and on the other, the wordplay. In this case, a simple anagram. If you smash avo, you get over, another word for eggs. You need to see each word as a constituent piece of a puzzle, otherwise unrelated to the words around it by the rules of grammar. Is the word a noun in the context of the sentence? Ignore that, it could easily be cluing a verb. Take this example. Desert storm, my pet. The 5 letters in my pet can be jumbled, or put in a storm, to become empty, which means the verb to desert, as opposed to desert, the noun you instinctively read it as in context. Is it an adjective in context? It could just as easily be another verb. So if you worry the 9 letters of dry heat ed, you'll get dehydrate, another verb that means to dry, as opposed to the adjective dry, meaning arid. It could even be a proper noun, like in this classic example. Nice evening? Nice here doesn't mean pleasant, but Nice, France. So an evening in Nice is called a soir. Isn't that cute? I love them. Whatever you may first read it as in the sentence, it's probably a few meanings down the list in the dictionary. The art of the clue is deception, and the more cloaked the meaning is, the more joy and satisfaction for the solver when they finally crack it. So over the next however many episodes this ends up being, we're going to look at each kind of clue individually, starting next episode with charades. So to do this, I've made a crossword that contains at least one of every kind of cryptic clue. If you want to have a go at it first, and I recommend that you do, it's on my website, the link's in the description. But if you're a beginner and you find it a little bit too tough, and you will, I didn't around, then I got a few other starting points to recommend. The guy who writes the Monday crossword for the Australian papers The Age and the Sydney Morning Herald, he writes great crosswords. They're fun and they're clever, but they're also accessible. He's got a website and a newsletter, the link's in the description. Still though, he likes to be a bit crafty. So for the most entry-level crosswords, and I mean that quite positively, they're simple, they're straightforward, they follow the rules to a T, and they're a great tool for learning. You can't go past Christine Levat. Her site's in the description as well. Thanks so much for watching, and I really mean that because it's a bit of a niche hobby, but it's a real passion of mine, and it's a lot of joy to share it with people. So if you like this and you want to see more of it, you know what to do.